Affinity Xtra, be extra.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went down the road. Nah, joking.
Roger's gonna start hip hopping on the place now, isn't
Nah. If it's a trap beat, to be easy.
Why is
He's
that?
got one there, so.
But yes, people, you've heard the karate chop, so you know what time it is. It is in clean 7 sharp. That's right. And so we can only have that kind of beat actually to kind of support what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like, because we're gonna go in deep. I mean, like last show we had to do the karate chops and mash up the place. We went Hong Kong Fooey. Okay, that isn't for the millennials. That's not for the Gen Zs. Google it.
Streets.
Like, what is, Hong Kong Fooey? That's where we went and back thing. But today, we're going to keep on that theme of relationships because, it's relevant, it's important. And it's going to be a fun thing that we do now. We, again, do not apologize for facts. And that's all I can say, really. This is our perspective. This is our views on some of the stuff that we're saying. But it's from us as two guys, two men, two married men, committed, children and family, our own experiences and so our own views on things like this. So please don't just drop in the comments. Give us a call, get involved. We will have you on the show. In fact, we're going to look at doing a live show. That'd be amazing.
You always get me in trouble, man.
Do the live show. Do the live show.
Well, the joke is,
jump up on the thing.
I think, with Easter coming up, we're going to have some days where some mans are going to be available in the daytime because a lot of people you work with,
that's true.
we term times people, so we could do some random day shows through the Easter holidays, bro. March is coming up, bro. Yeah.
We should get
just that Wednesday, that Wednesday where people says, yo, just switch it, just tune in, man, just tune in, and then free man, and just
jump on.
Just jump on and then we can do this, man. So
you know what show we should do? We get in trouble for this.
He's good.
It's a show that we should do.
I'm the researcher.
Yeah, well, a show that I want to
I'm the
do.
researcher.
And I'm a Christian, don't get me wrong, but I'm like to be controversial. But one show we should be doing is getting.
I don't do that.
I'm getting a pastor up in here, and the question's going to be is, we know that Easter, well, first of all, we know Christmas is not a Christian holiday. So why are you still supporting it by putting up the tree and Santa and all the lies in your church?
Oh, their Christianese are out, bro. Don't worry, they got the line ready for that, bro. Don't worry, bro.
Do that one, and then we're gonna ask about Easter as well. Did Jesus really get killed on Easter, and why do we keep changing the date?
It's a pagan festival, bro. So you know what I mean. So, but they can't say that. You know what I'm saying? Because it messes up the church economics, innit?
Wow, we're gonna mess up some economics. And as always,
and they'll be eating a cream egg at the same time, going, "Yeah, man, don't worry about Jesus."
Yeah, man. I'm all for the eggs though, actually. Yeah. The cheap
cream eggs are fire, bro. I don't care anyone says.
I can't do cream eggs,
bro. You just get that. You can't do the pack of. You see what it is. You guys are the generation of eating more than one. I was in the generation that we're so poor that all we can afford is one Kinder Surprise and one cream egg. Yeah,
Kinder Surprise was the thing.
Yeah.
And that was for the toy.
You know what I mean? And it was a surprise, and it broke up in 2 seconds. But the cream egg, bro, where you get this lick at that artificial mess. Like,
I can't do cream eggs.
Yo, family, get me one, man.
I don't know what that cream is. And then I kind of believe that after taking all that sugar, I'm on some spectrum space after. I can't do too much sugar, man. Tell me full.
Yeah, I'm saying, sugar, that's sugar, and that's e-sugar.
I know, man. I think we should have clean sugars, and saying that, we're still open to sponsorship from you, Supermo. So if you want to hear and hit us up, right here, see, we got the space available.
Supermo, we're doing Cadbury's, bro. Yo, Cadbury's holler at your boy here.
Nah, man, we don't know. Cadbury, stay with you there. Okay,
we don't know.
Fake chocolate.
We're fake chocolate. We get some dairy milk out here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Don't worry, Cadbury. Just sort him out some Oreos and dairy milk. He fulfills all stereotypes.
Oreos is nasty, man.
He fulfills all stereotypes. So he getting fruit and nut.
Yo, the nuts. I'm a nutter, so give me the nuts, man.
Fruit and nut flavor, man. Guess it's some trouble, man. But
yes, man. But today,
we're going in trouble, man.
We're gonna go in trouble again. But you know what? It's important.
It's against the man them today.
It is, man. And I think today, like last show we talked about a lady's perspective of something she did. We're not gonna go into that. That's something that you can click and read and watch. But today, there was an interesting view from two different well-known men, two well-known black men.
True, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so two perspectives done extremely
black
well.
men.
Yeah, in their careers. Now, one of them I'm not an advocate for, and I don't read, and I will explain more about that person later. I've grown up not liking this person personally, and today I've got to support them and agree in something that they're gonna do.
I don't like it.
I don't like it, man. So this show for me is gonna be very uncomfortable towards the end, and I've got to hold my own personal views very hard. I don't like
this doesn't get used as clickbait in the future. Against you know,
use it, man. Clickbait. Cut it up and say I don't like him, but today I support him, and it's slaphead. But anyway, so
cool.
Yeah,
we're
gonna show you a clip.
Clip.
And we're gonna have an interesting view and thought on this one. So this is Shaq along with another comedian. I don't know who this other brother is.
Country Wayne.
Country who?
Country Wayne.
Country Wayne.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Wow. Interesting views and a conversation that they've had. And this one kind of blew up actually because of what Shaq said. So let's see what he's got to say.
Yeah. Let's make sure I got the right one here. You know.
It's like a relationship. The day you fall off, that woman ain't interested as you think.
Yeah, once you start complaining and dragging your feet.
She don't want to hear no complaint. The day you come home and think you could be like, baby, I was down, I lost it. She gonna be stroke your ego, but she gonna remember that time. You cannot let them see you one time down. The world can't see your head down one time.
Ever.
So I'd tell people.
I want you both to know that you can.
No.
Like, and I know that you've experienced.
Cannot.
I don't want to get to like Dr. Phil shit right now.
No, but I
You don't think you've ever had someone that you really could trust and really open up?
Now, if you want to keep it, now if you want to give somebody else some coochie all the time, you know what I'm saying if you want a bad one, I'm just being real.
No, I guess.
You open up to a woman?
Yeah.
Never. No, never.
When's the last time you think you've opened up to a woman?
We don't.
Your whole life?
Bro, I'm telling you.
We got players like I could, me and him related.
Yeah.
It's our first time meeting,
Yeah,
but
I can tell you guys, there's some connection here.
Oh, no.
They gonna tell you can.
Because you know why?
But it's a trap.
Because you know why?
I'm trapped like a motherfucker.
No, I'm going to tell you why. Because once you do, whenever something go down, they're going to throw it back in your face.
That's why.
That's real.
That's why. So you can't ever.
That's why you crack it. Your dad left.
Yeah.
It's like a relationship. The day you fall off, that woman.
Okay, yeah. So that's it. So what you so what you saying, bro?
So it's basically, for those that didn't understand what they're saying, Shaq is saying you can't be open and honest with a woman. More importantly, your partner. He wasn't just saying women, just in general. He was talking about your partner. So if you're in a relationship, you can't be open and honest with her because at some point in the argument, she's gonna throw it back in your face, along with that you left the toilet seat up, you left your socks rolled up, and you don't put things away in the kitchen. I don't know about that still personally. I don't think that. I think we talked about it before air. And there's some views that we both said, is there some weight to this? Like maybe he could be right. Like maybe men don't open and be honest with their wife about everything because they can't handle it. Maybe they can't handle the truth. Or maybe the guy is too worried about explaining the truth to his partner and worried about the consequences. Because if you think you can't say it to the lady because eventually it's going to be thrown back in your face, then is that a question on the relationship, the trust, the value, and how you see each other? Like, are you just holding ammunition to shoot back at, remember when you said such and such? Because I know when I've argued with my missus, I don't bring things back because I can't remember the things that she's talked about. And that's not because I've completely forgotten. It's because I don't think it's 100% always relevant or important. Because for me, I'm like, well, I've moved on from that, so I don't remember that stuff.
I hear you, but okay, so have you got two hurt men here then? That's the question. If you've got two hurt men based upon lived experience, whether they're seeing their mum throw stuff back at their dad, or if they've been so you've got men here. So I'm not trying to back them up in a sense to say that they're right, because I do feel that you need to be wise in terms of, as a man, you know, I'm a big man still. Yeah, you gotta be wise to know what your partner, your wife, your girlfriend can also handle. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
True.
So if they are also not in a great mental space, you turning around and saying to them that, oh, I don't know how I'm paying the bills this month, they can't hack it. You know what I'm saying? So, but their reason is they don't want to throw it back at them. I hear their reason, but there's other reasons why sometimes you can't mention them things to the wife. And the wife, and women can just sue me for this anyway. So but sometimes, when you've been with somebody for a long time, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta know, but you just gotta hold that G. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, still, my wife's quite sick at the moment. Well, very sick at the moment. So do I walk in the room and start talking about, I'm not feeling well. You know what I mean? Because it compels and consign. You know what I mean? Sometimes, some people can be sick and then love. They love to take information and say, "Oh, baby, don't worry." But sometimes some people in so much going through so much themselves, they don't need. Sometimes there's a time and a place. Maybe I've overcomplicated it totally. You know what I'm saying? But these guys are straight up going, no. We can't be vulnerable like that. And again, that maybe is the culture of modern women. You know what I'm saying? Which they are literally being burnt by.
I think, because it's funny because Shaq didn't even say, like, for him, he kind of said it for us and then he pointed to my man. Don't like the fact that he referred to them as players. Now, at first I was like, he's talking about an athlete or is he just talking about life choices as a player? Now, for those that don't know, obviously Shaquille O'Neal, very big basketballer going back from, I don't know, the 90s.
But got caught going for dinner with that girl like we did the other day.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, you put Britney and Shaq. Got them walking one road together, bro.
Really?
Yeah,
that's horrible. But you know what though, guys would have seen that and been like, yo, I don't mind being 37. You know what? Like, I think guys would have seen that and been like, yo, let me shoot my shot. And I think it's nasty. Well, I shouldn't say nasty, but Shakila's all like 25 foot and she's like 3 foot. That's abuse. I think like behave yourself, Shaq, and find somebody your own height. You know what I mean? There's plenty bamboo trees out there for you to check out. But anyway,
see that.
I think sit down, still standing. But I think there is a culture, particularly, and I don't know if it's more of American than it is an English thing, whereas guys have that vulnerability. And I hear what you're saying in regards to there's an older generation, because I remember my mum's generation and other women, they used to talk and cuss about the dads. He's not this, he's not that, blah, blah, blah. And then they start saying stuff that they've heard in conversation. And they probably did shoot their shot and say, he did this or this is what's happened. So I'm guessing he's coming from that level of vulnerability. But I think, and this is something we talked about again as well, in regards to things have kind of changed, I would say, in the last how many years around relationships, particularly around marriages as well, where I think there's a lot of conversations where there's a push to say about men being more vulnerable. Because remember the generations prior to us were cussing because they were too tough. They were going to work, they were coming home, they didn't have time to spend with the children. So a lot of men growing up, like fathers, our father's generation and our grandparents' generation, their parenting skill was quite tough because you wasn't allowed to be vulnerable, you wasn't allowed to be soft. So that kind of hardened their children. Their children were learned to be hardened, and so we understood that when you're growing men, you grow them to be tough. And then we kind of use the excuse as because of our society, our socio-economic stuff, and particularly as black men, how it's seen in certain environments. And so you have to have that hard interior. And now we have issues with a lot of black men with mental health. And so does that have an impact on why we can't be open and soft? I don't want to say the word soft, but open more and vulnerable with our partners and people around us? Because there's some people, before I married my wife, there's other girls I was talking to and chilling with who I wasn't trying to get with, who we could just talk, and I was vulnerable. And been like, yo, here's how I feel, man. And he'd be like, yo, he was like talking to the man then, but a bit softer.
Boy, you raised up some subjects there, bro. And it's not to say that you're doing a thing still, but it's a case of that you probably, and this is where men get themselves in trouble, bro, because you got women that you can be real with, you know what I'm saying? And then your partner, you have to hide that side because of weakness. You can say to one person, yo, man, I'm brockers, man, please keep me, But then to your wife, you can't say that. You have to be like, yeah, I got this. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Then that's when you get emotionally tied to the. I mean, he needs to get yourself into some going down some trap door there, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's all because. As my boy Shaq will say, yo, shut your mouth, G, where you go out with your blood, like you know what I'm saying. But again, Shaq, you know, he's not a married man now.
Nah, I mean, he broke up with his wife in what 2000 and was it 2008? He broke with her.
11, it looks like 11 there, bro. Look,
2011.
Yeah, it says there. You see that? Go back up.
Okay, so 2002 to 2011. He was married and then got divorced, and he hasn't remarried since then. Actually,
that's a wag. That's a wag, bro. Like, there were women that just there, just you know what I mean. They in basketball, you know what I mean. They're there for basketball life, basketball money, man. You know what I mean. They just, you know, if she saw him on road, she would walk past him. You know, the money. If he's broke, she would have married him. You know,
and it's big and long as well. So
yeah. I
don't know, man. Oh, sorry. This is why you should always turn off your equipment before studios, man.
See, when you got an iPhone, you see, guys, the iPhone reads in mine. We're just gonna get the Vision Pro up here still where people.
I don't know about them iPhones, you know.
What I mean?
I got me phone, not eyes. But yeah, I think again, okay. So going back onto that subject in regards to, I mean, maybe he's been vulnerable because of his experience of marriage, and at the same time, though, like his kind of situation, if he was vulnerable and said something that made him look soft or out of character, she could go to the media and sell that and be like, do you know Shaq is scared of balloons? He shared this with me. And then he'd be like, and he's scared of like being broke and stuff. And, you know, that would become like a meme, that would become like something else. Yeah. Where the regular dude, I reckon, could probably go and tell, well, depending on your relationship, could probably go and say to your missus, you know what, here's how I'm feeling. And done. I have a relationship with my wife, and this is where I think, careful what you're saying now, I can talk to my missus, but I'm going to touch on what you said. There are probably some things where I wouldn't share with her. Yeah.
And it's not like a case of you cheating on 5 different women. It's not that. So when people say we're not being vulnerable, like we're not telling her, it's not hiding. We got £5 million in the account and you're a part-time drug dealer. It's not that. We're not hiding. It's not that stuff we're hiding.
Yeah.
It's sometimes you gotta know. Okay, this skill set. You gotta know your missus or your wife or whatsoever. Maybe it's not her skill set, or even she's not in a space today
to
handle this news.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know, and sometimes people have bought news and says, "Oh, you're my wife, so you gotta handle this." Yeah, knowing that it'll break the person. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the thing is, if you've got a This comes to my mind. If your wife has got a broken arm, you know what I'm saying, 2 broken arms, are you gonna ask her to hoover the house? No. So mentally,
you can use her foot though, innit?
You know, say, you know, this is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you order the Amazon one that does it for you on the app. You know what I'm saying? But if she has a broken mind in terms of you know what I mean, that's healing.
Yeah.
Do you ask her to hoover the house from a mental perspective? No. Because she's not in a space today, or hasn't got the strength today to deal with that mentally. Yeah, because mental health and physical health are the same things. Yeah. You gotta know when the person's healthy and not healthy to do all these things. That's just where I'm.
Understanding your own abilities and stuff.
Yeah. Because mentally, because we can't see the illness or can't see the unhealthy day. You look at it, wrong. You know when they said the phrase "wrong side of the bed."
Yeah.
Come on, the wrong side of the bed.
Yeah,
sometimes you're just depressed today. you don't need. Yo, I gotta find some money today because man, I got knocked out tomorrow. Maybe that's not. You text somebody else and say, "Mommy, let me sort this out." And you say, "Babe, don't worry, I got it, man. I got it." You know what?
But then it raises the question for me: is as men not equipped or not taking the time to learn about ourselves to handle our own mental health, our own struggles? I remember hearing someone say before, men talk side by side, so it's a comfortable situation for guys to talk by side, and they can open up and free, no judgment, no kind of like stuff like that. Where talking to your lady, a lady, it's just directly and they're all up in your face, and they want to know more. And it's not because ladies are nosy. Some ladies just want to know in depth. So, for instance, I could say, "Oh, you know what? There was such and such today had an issue with their partner. Oh, what happened? I don't know. This had an issue with their partner. So what did she say? I don't know. This had an issue with their partner. Oh, wait, so what they're going to do? And it's like, why are you looking for so much more information? I've given you all the information I've already given you.
Yeah.
So then for a guy, that's like sometimes like, well, now I know you're asking more than I can give. So actually, if I do open up and say, you know what, Bab, here's where I'm struggling, then are you going to be asking more and more questions? Or like you said, are they equipped to be able to support? Because sometimes it's a case of a lot of ladies, some ladies, not all, don't want to like brush them on the same kind of brush, but like to help and be like, well, you need to go and do this and you need to go and do that. Have you done that yet? No. Oh, so you just want to get yourself a mash up then?
Yeah.
I thought you said, and so I can see where he's coming from with the vulnerability of saying he doesn't share because it's going to be thrown back in your face, and it's not necessarily thrown back in your face in an argument perspective.
Yeah.
It could be thrown back in your face of she cares, she wants to support. And sometimes guys drag their feet, like you've said to guys, you know what, you need to go to the doctors. No, I'll get around there when I get around there still. And ladies might be like, you need to go to doctors. Nah, man, there's no rush, man, it's fine. Oh, so you just want to hurt it yourself. You told me that he wasn't feeling too good. Yeah, I know that, man, but I'm cool now. Oh, being selfish. And then it's like, oh,
it goes into a place. Yeah. And I feel that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, but you know what? It's the way that Shaq them said it. You know, enough man going, yeah. The way they come across is, yo, you know what I mean, player. Yeah, yo, dog. Or the man go, yo, there's some folk life there. And then the response of that clip, bro. Bro.
Oh, he got.
Bro, listen, man. You put Shaq's clip in there, man. He got, from when you got Whoopi. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, from when you got Whoopi commenting on this, yeah, he was right down to everybody commenting on this. It shows what it is. But I think we need to go and check out your cousin Terry, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your cousin there, bro, because, you know, look at fire this area.
And you know, and again, it leads into something else. Like, for instance, you know,
middle name Terry? I'll show you the middle
name. No, my middle name is Terry. Like, Terry Chocolate Orange for this, brother. But yeah, so there's another clip we're looking to show again, and it's back to our. I'm gonna call this Roger's cousin because the way you're helping this guy with some royalties. You are. Roger is subscribed. He's got t-shirts.
Hey, listen, man. What Shannon's? Yeah, but Shay. I just need that Shay liquor in the middle. Yeah, he's a Christian version of Shay liquor right there, bro.
I'm not even convinced that's liquor. You know, it looks like I don't know, like.
That's Shay's own liquor thing. He's got.
Is it?
Yeah. He's got his own like liquor in the drink it there, bro.
You're like a brown version.
That's why when we did the other video last time, and he's drinking like water. That's how much it affected him.
Oh wow!
We need
to produce our own liquor then.
Yeah. Just Jesus turned the water into wine.
This is what I'm saying, man. Like we need to kind of like turn some government pop into something drinkable. So yeah, so Shay had an interview again with a man like Terry Crews, who I'm not a massive fan of. I'll be honest with you guys.
Well,
I don't like him. So anyway, Shannon and Terry Crews had a conversation, and he opened up and shared about his issues where he cheated on his wife. And I think that's one of the biggest worries for a lot of people in relationships with someone cheating. But he had some interesting points around this actually. So let's hear what he had to say on that.
Okay, cool. Right, let's go.
With my own wife. 20 years in, I had to revamp my whole relationship with my own wife. 20 years in, I had to admit I had been unfaithful to her. You know how wonderful, I'm telling you all the stuff, the great stuff she did, the whole thing, that still wasn't enough for me to be faithful. And I had to turn.
When you was at your lowest, she was there.
You see? And I went, man. And I had to go, because I was going to turn, it was going to be this whole hardening of my heart. Well, I'm finally realizing, well, you know, it was you. Because you got to understand, when you're in that mindset, it's like, it's always somebody else. It's always somebody else's problem. Hey, not me, I'm good.
Right.
And I'll never forget, I felt like we was going to break up. We had just celebrated our 20th anniversary. We're on 34 now.
Wow.
But I said, I don't think we're going to make it. But the thing is, there were things I never told her. You know, there were secrets that I was holding, stuff that I had done that I never said nothing about.
That she didn't know about.
She didn't know, but she suspected. You know, they know.
Yeah.
She's like,
Just pausing right there. So yeah. So as you can see, he's going down. Shaq, he's dealing with the Shaq. He's and this is why, you know, he's been married to her for a few years still, and he knows that she knows, and he knows, and she knows, and ultimately now it's about him being vulnerable, effectively, innit?
Completely, and being open up and telling her about stuff as well.
Yeah.
I mean, how long has he been married for?
Terry now.
Yeah.
34 now. He said 44 years now. Yeah, and he was married. At the time when he was revealing the deeds, he was married for about 20 years.
So he's won, what, 30 plus years now?
He's 34 years now.
Fair play to him.
You know what I'm saying? So 40 years ago,
between him and Shaq.
Yo, bro, Shaq's like this. I'm from the streets out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, I'm just training through. I got money. I call you when I'm ready. You know, Shaq's
man.
like, I don't like the life. I was saying Terry's on the wholesome life thing, but.
Finally, she said, "This is the thing, man. This is what got me." She got me. She said, "What is it I don't know about you, Terry Crews?"
He's been dancing with white women that are men.
But listen, the way he said it, what? Yo, wait, did that though, bro? I got nervous, you know. What don't I know about you? You know what I'm saying?
But how much women would ask? I've never had that from my wife. Like, what do you know you're not telling me?
But she said that in her head. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think my wife has ever come to me and said, like, why are you not telling me? I'm like,
wait till you have £10 million in your account.
I don't like how you make oatmeal porridge. Nah, like, you know, it's not an everyday thing. But I think it's a bit of a difference to the first video we watched, where you're seeing him talk about a level of vulnerability that one set of guys are saying we don't have.
Yeah, we don't. We're not. Yo, them man are like, you ain't doing this. They're probably seeing this video going, him soft. You know what I'm saying? So
that's why he got done.
They say, you know, him soft, man. It's just pure muscle. You know what I mean? You know, say that he got no strength. But let's see how he approaches. Because the wife's doing Jedi mind tricks on him now. So his wife's like this, going, "What don't I know about you?" Yeah. And he's going, she knows everything. He broke in the, you know what I'm saying? Interrogation now.
Yeah.
You know when the children are out, you see that at your grandma's house, and you're in the house home alone, set the scene, it's raining outside, you know what I mean? Set the scene, guys, you know what I mean, in the movie.
Like what I don't, you know. What I should say is my trousers is not fitting to the bottom of my shoes is what I should say. It's like, I don't hate Terry Crews, it just irritates me.
They said the hate is real.
And now, you know, sometimes you pop a spring. And she could have said that any other day and it wouldn't have done it. And it went, and it said, tell her.
Yeah, boy.
Because if you don't tell her, it's almost like God told me, he said, I'll never be with you again if you don't say that.
Did you feel?
You know what I love? You know what I love about people who are not in Christ? Yeah. When you do something positive, you know, that come from God, that God. We each have to say, praise God, you need to know what time it is, man. You know what I mean? Or you don't like it, do you?
But why is God in that moment gonna be like, all right, now it's the time to tell her? He would have told you that ages ago. Like, he didn't take it to him like,
bro, it's a Holy Ghost convicting, man. A Holy Ghost, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's just, don't pull it on God. It wasn't God moment. It was your
a God moment, bro. Because it's
man.
the angel on that shoulder, bro. It's the angel on your right hand shoulder that spoke to you. That's the God angel.
It was that protein shake that we kicked in and said, you know what? Now you need to be honest with yourself. You know what I mean? And tell your wife.
I believe it's God, man. I think God spoke to him in that time because he knows that in 20 years' time he was going to give his life to you. But he's anyway.
He's not no Christian.
But God can still speak to you if you're not a Christian.
Not through protein shake.
So guys, you know, as you can see, you know what I'm saying, we're giving you two angles.
Like if you didn't tell her at that moment, and she'd have found out everything on her own, it'd have been a whole different ball game.
Whole different ball game. Oh, easy. But that's the thing, man. Look, it's hi. How does it work in the court? First of all, you turn yourself in. If you admit guilt, you get the leniency of the court. But if they catch you,
right?
If you talk about
you take it to trial, you got to get the full, you got to get the hardship sentence.
But you know why that is, though, obviously.
Wait, he's like a buzzer figure. He's like, yo,
nah. You go, like with that whole, if you get caught, it's worse. Obviously, because it's down to trust, isn't it? If you open up and say, you know what, you need to sit down, I need to tell you something, and you tell them what's happened, they still don't trust you, but at least they trust you enough to be like, okay, you've told me the truth.
The punishment is going to be less. It's not a trust issue. The punishment is he's saying that basically, if you go to the courts, effectively, that I took that, they might say, you know what, community service. But if we catch you on cameras and we've had to force you and you have to plead innocent, and then we catch you guilty,
and then you have to explain
you're going to get 2 years. You know what I'm saying? But you get minimum sentence when you're honest and you're going, please forgive me. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? And from the other side, you know what I mean? There's some women that know but don't want to know.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to deal with that conversation.
Yeah.
So they're happy to just carry on with it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of women, generations before us, bro, that had to live like that.
I was complicit with him for, you know what? Okay, cool. As long as he's coming back home and he's doing what he's got to do here.
Well, I've heard a woman says, I'm his main woman. I've heard a person younger than me said that about husband, I'm his main woman. Said it in passing in front of me. I was like,
Man rentals.
yo.
Is that what they're doing?
At least he comes back home to me. I'm his main woman.
Be careful what he comes back home with.
Oh, bro. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Like, medication not clear everything.
Bro, listen. Anyway, yeah, let's go.
Well, bam, that gavel come down hard. And I said, this is what happened.
Obviously, as you're explaining, you're telling her some of the transgressions that you've had that she didn't know she suspected. And I'm sure there are tears starting to flow.
Yeah.
And that's starting to break your heart because she was there when no one else was.
Yeah.
She knew you at your lowest.
Yeah.
And she picked you up so you could be at your highest. And now you got to tell her, baby, I'm not the man that you thought I was.
Hey, man, there ain't no kind of pain than hurting the one who love you the most. That's a whole nother level of pain. I mean, you can be kind of cruel to people you don't really care about or whatever, but somebody who's always down, who never disappointed you, is always. And I look at my wife right now, and I'm like, wow, you gotta understand, man. Like knowing, there were times I would come home and she'd be in tears, and I know it was because of me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that hurts a woman. I mean, that's to the core. And I remember just going, I have to do anything and everything. But this is the thing too. I realized running doesn't help. I wasn't going to run anymore. And I said, I just have to acknowledge and I got to make amends. And now, whether she stayed with me or not, that's up to her.
Just in case because I started laughing when she said running doesn't help. And people might look at me like, what are you laughing at that for?
What are you laughing at?
Because when he said that running doesn't help, and I was just sitting there, my comment in mind was like, yeah, but it burns some calories.
but the thing is like, for me, it's quite interesting him talking about that. How much truth did he tell her? How far the truth did he say? Do you say, I linked up with Susie? Or do you just say, I linked up with another woman?
You know what?
Bro. Yeah. How, you know what I'm saying? How much, it exposes how much truth do you give to a partner? You know what I'm saying? Because it can happen the other way, guys. You know what I'm saying? About what happened.
I think it's irrelevant now, isn't it? Because I mean, I know some people like, is she better than me? Do you love her more than me? And it's like, those things are not important.
Or did you just tell her about one?
Well, yeah, like the fact is, you did it and you messed up. Now, you know what? As much as I'm not a massive fan, and I said at the beginning of the show, I have to agree with him, is it leads, and I think it's biblical where the Bible talks about the truth setting you free. And naturally,
he's talking about setting it wasn't for his wife, it's for him.
For him, yeah. Because obviously he's living in guilt, and that's obviously having a massive impact on his thinking, his mentality. It's clearly having an impact on his relationship because it's like the elephant in the room. She knows something's up, but he hasn't said, and now he's obviously opened up and shared, and hopefully, and he said, fair play to him, whether she stays with me or not. That's now a decision for her, which is a bit unfair that you've put that in her court because I'm guessing he's the one that asked her to marry him and she said yeah. And now you put it on her to say, do you keep this relationship together? Knowing he's now got to put a lot of work into keeping and maintaining that trust for her to never think, well, never. I mean, the truth is it's like a wound in it. She's always going to be like, he's able to do that. Everyone's always in the relationship like, oh, there's a possibility and an ability that anybody could cheat, but it's like there's a door there you can use, but you've chosen not to touch it. We've agreed the door's there, but I'm not going to touch it. He's gone through the door and she's going to be thinking, he's done it once before. Can he do it again? He's done it.
Yeah, well, this is it, and that's why it's how she deals with it. But he's got it off his chest.
Yeah.
And the thing is, once you get it off this sort of thing off your chest as a man, for me, it's like, I'm not saying he won't do it again. He's less likely to do it again. Would you say that?
I don't know, you know.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't
because you put the radars on, man. She listen. All right, I'll put you on find my phone app now. You know what I'm saying?
But then you're just gonna find a way to get around. Like criminals find a way to get around these situations, innit?
So, I can't say Terry's clean.
I'm not saying it's a
Terry's clean for 14 years.
Hopefully, he has continued to maintain faithful, and I mean that obviously to get to 30 odd years in the marriage is commendable. Not a lot of people can do it. I mean, Ashak, he only did what 9 years, but sorry, I didn't mean to shade at him. But it's not easy to do so many years in a marriage. You know what I mean? Especially if you're in an entertainment business, and with some of the things he's had to go through himself, like being touched and other things like that. I'm guessing that's going to have a massive impact on your relationship, your marriage, and obviously yourself.
Oil up your body.
Yeah, man.
I want to help oil your body. Okay, I'm going to help you get to my back. I need to get to my back. You know, someone give me a good back.
He's had to go through some things, man. He's had to go through some things. So fair play for him to be open and sharing that. I remember hearing, and this is debatable. I remember an old mentor of mine who was talking about relationship stuff, and a person came to him and said basically, he'd been unfaithful to his missus, and the advice he gave to that person was, why should you go and mess up her head and tell her, you live with that until you're dead. So he never told his wife that he cheated. And I was like, ooh, I think that's torture. Because you're going to hear accolades like, oh,
hold on a second. What was it? Who told him to do that?
So a mentor, a friend of mine who was his mentor, told him,
a Christian mentor,
don't go back and tell your wife that you cheated. He said, stop doing it, first of all, but don't go back and tell your wife that you cheated. Like, you live with that. Because why should she have to live with that? You live with that.
Yo,
and I was like, oh,
no, hell no.
I was like
no.
I laughed.
I don't like that, bro. I don't like that, bro. I really. And Terry's saying the opposite to that.
He's saying, because he's saying, I need to get it off my chest to feel free.
So you see how the Holy Ghost is using him?
I don't know. Probably the protein shake. And the pre-workout. It could have been. I'll give him that.
But the thing is, that's a very valid point, but I never thought that we'll get. And this is why it's a good. This is actually a fantastic conversation because it shows you in our so-called moralistic safe spaces as Christians, we are hearing advice which is kind of rogue. You know, because for me, very well, you know what I'm saying? So we're having people actually patch up stuff within our community, moralistic. Now, let's be real, me and Blue here, we're church boys, you know what I mean, whatever, so please not me. But anyway, but the thing is, we apparently are the moralistic people of the black community, you know what I'm saying? We give the best advice. You know what I'm saying? You know, people come to us for, you know what I mean? You know, we got it.
Yeah.
That advice I just heard, bro.
It's hard, and you know what? Because I went to another pastor.
But understanding though, it's very, that's extreme shack.
It's hard, you know, and I went to another two pastors. I was going to say one. Okay, I went to two pastors. One of them was like, absolutely not. He was like against it. He was like, no, you should share in a relationship.
You should share, good.
Because actually in a marriage, it's between you, your wife, and God. So actually, as much as you're dealing with that consequence, there's got to be a healing there, a forgiveness there from himself, from her, and there has to be a level of growth. And naturally, you can't grow if there's too much shade over that relationship and marriage. The other pastor said, I get why he said it. And it kind of makes sense. He said he didn't say it with the advice he would give, but he understands why he said it, because actually, if the wife is believing that they have a good marriage, and that now makes him kind of realize what he's got, then he's going to work 10 times harder, hopefully, to make that marriage work. But that's forever going to be over his head. Now, my thing was, but mental health-wise, that's going to impact him because he can't accept praise on that one now. So just imagine if he's with his missus and in a group of people and say, he's such a great man, he's so loyal, he's so lovely. Character stuff that he might be now but wasn't before. You can't own that. So there's going to be a level of guilt where you're like, oh, that's not me. So you're not living your true self. So you're almost living a life in a filter, pretending that things are okay and you're not.
That advice is old school things. Like, guys, listen, as far as I'm concerned, bro, these days, young men, just be careful because the girl them they're recording you, man. They got
yeah,
bro,
Wayne Rooney.
yeah, bro. Listen, man, you just end up seeing Instagrams come up on you. You know what I'm saying? And they have receipts on you. So you know what I'm saying? Because guys, you know. And I understand what the ministers say, but that's the old school women or the old school people. New school, bro, like you gotta be open, bro, because they'll come back to haunt you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And for me, and they so they should. You know what I mean? You took your fast self out to go and hang about with wolves. They come back to bite you. So you better be truthful about that, so you can lock that door. Because you leave that door open, bro. The wolves are in your yard, yamming out your yard, bro. And then the joke is, and then you're left with nothing.
Yeah.
When you thought you got away with it, 10 years, you're bro.
Down the line.
People, the only way you get caught out and it's happened to people is when a picnic get knock a door and they say, this is your picnic. That's the only time when man, that's the only time when man, bro, I know that's happened to church, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Got there and they knock the door, you know, bro. I said, this is your picnic, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know, people have had that happen to them. But the thing is, that's the only way you can get caught. So when you got away with it, you're thinking, I got away with it. No. You know what I mean? These days, sorry. You know what I mean? Somebody's got a picture of you. All it takes, you know what I mean? It'll come back to haunt you. Don't.
You know what though? And you know what? Here's the thing, because I thought about this before.
But don't worry, there's nothing on me, bro. No clicks on me. Bro.
Nah, I ain't got no receipts on me.
You would have to do some AI to do that on me, man. You know what I'm saying? You know.
You might have some pictures of me and it's just pure supermodel drinking.
Yeah.
But like,
but enjoying it.
Yeah, but I forgot what I was going to say now, man. I think one of the things I was going to say actually, was you also have to look at the mindset. So I remember there was, I love TikTok, and there was a situation where a guy broke up with his missus because he'd done some stuff, and he was open and told her the truth, and she committed suicide. And that story came back to me about the pastor saying, don't tell her nothing, and I thought, so maybe there's some point, man. Like,
but it's like that. I said at the beginning, bro, you gotta know where your partner's at.
This is it.
You know what
man.
I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's not as blatant as they don't say. You gotta know the time and the place and the support. Have you made sure your missus has a support framework ready for this news? Do you say in front of a trained counselor, or do you just park? Bro, you gotta look at. You gotta set it up where the support framework is there. You gotta be wise. I've gotta give this news, but there needs to be the support framework. And if I need to leave at night. You gotta be. You can't just go, yo. You see your friend Susie? Yeah, man. You can't do that, man. You can't do
you
that.
Know what,
yo.
I mean, we need to do a show on cheating, because for me, I don't think it's as clear cut as people think.
God, I can't expert. Yo. So many experts come out.
Man.
You know what? All your experts in the church.
You know what? I've done some research on it before, and I don't think it's as clear cut as people say, man.
Some people are guilty there. All you Christian,
the church ones,
the church cheaters. We need you on here, man. Talking experience, man.
Church cheaters, you know.
No, but
not from the praise and worship team. No, I'm joking.
What about the drummer?
It's always the drummer in it. I used to be a drummer.
With plats. Dookie talking to.
That's why if your child's going to be in church doing the musician, make them play the trombone or the violin.
Yeah, I mean, bass like me, man.
Nah, man. After the drum, it's the bass player.
You want to see? You want to just let's hit back.
Let's hear the last.
Because we were at a time as well. Let's just see if Terry.
We're over the clock.
Yeah, you say what's the program he's on? His dad. Everyone hates Chris.
Yeah,
he's a dad. Yeah,
he was. Yeah,
that's why you don't like him, innit? Because he's so good in that.
No, I forgot he was in that. He was alright in that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. He's a strong black man, innit? Yeah.
Because, and this is the thing. That's why I never looked.
So you did what you did. It actually wasn't for her. It was for you, because it was eating you.
Yeah.
It was killing. You was dying slowly inside.
Yep. Oh yeah. I mean, you're living a lie. You know, hey man, you know when you lying.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You know when you tell it, and then all of a sudden it just all come down. I didn't want to live in a lie anymore. And dude, this is the thing, man. What I like to call it is a whole person. Because what happens is you have a double life. You literally like one way this way, one way that way. Man, and that's a whole nother level of stress. When you got to be two people all the time. Which lie did I tell?
Right.
Let me tell you, I used to be like, why don't you believe me? But the real question I should have been asking was, why am I lying?
Why aren't you telling the truth?
Because your pastor said not to.
Shannon, dude.
And you know what the joke is, guys? They're laughing, but it's that man. That
man camaraderie,
that man laugh, which is I'm ashamed, but the only emotion I can do. This is one thing, man. We laugh when it's not a laughable moment, but the laughing because that's the only way we can express ourselves in the moment.
Yeah, you know what? That laugh says so much. It's a whole conversation in itself. Like you get it? Yeah. Okay,
bro. You know, if I
Yeah.
say if I go, oh, you can't do that. You just have to go.
Yeah. And you know what seems if you laugh and the guy don't laugh back. You're like, oh man.
Yeah. Your wife's my cousin.
Got to explain some more now.
You know, in one's there still. But you know what's amazing for me as well? Not amazing. You know what comes to my mind is that sometimes he's coming on the how does his wife feel? Him being open about this up here? Because some women don't want their business out there.
Yeah, because it makes a question.
You say so. It makes them look in a different light. Your struggles, and this is the problem with podcasting sometimes a bit now, where I believe our community is so closed in because we've got a lot of pride in our community.
Yeah.
And I feel that there's a season now, guys, we need to be honest and help the next generation through our struggles. But our pride is saying for us not to reveal it. And I think you have to be wise in what to reveal, more things that you put out there in terms of the wider public and maybe more smaller groups, and you reveal that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there's truths that this truth now is a positive thing in terms of relationships. You know, people could be going, the guy could be going, some guys will be going through this and he's being honest with this, but I understand as women that his wife is going, why are you talking about business out here?
You know, I don't feel like the new generation, the Gen Zs and the Gen Xs and whatever kind of wrestling generation name you want to give them, are going to go through that issue because they've kind of grown up in a time where everything's publicized. They put it straight on. They've got more platforms of social media to pull it onto. They've got more friends that they can get access to easily. Back in the day when we were younger in relationships and you had your phone, you didn't have no credit, so you have to wait till your phone was bashing. There wasn't no platforms really to put nothing on. There wasn't no real social medias, and our social groups were moralistically big but quite small in regards to if you was in a church setting, there were certain things you couldn't say because people were like, well, what are you dealing with that person for anyway? And if you lived a particular type of way, everyone knew but no one was saying nothing. And your nans were praying and the older sisters would be like, you need to behave yourself and sort out yourself, young boy. Put up your trousers. So generation wise things have changed, and I think you're right, we're still at a generation for our age where don't share your business. Because you know what, like Shaq said, it's going to be used on you. People are going to shed your business. And you're smiling with people thinking they're your bedroom, and really they're the one texting them, WhatsApping people saying, you know, my man and my girl, such and such. You know, like, why is Uncle Charlie at Sister Susie's house on a regular, fixing the car and she ain't got no car on the drive?
Yeah, man. But it's a crazy one, man. And Terry Crews, you know, big up to Terry, man. You know, and it's amazing. You look in the top corner. Terry Crews cheated on his wife. Bro, like 14 years ago, bro.
Bicep and forehead looking the same.
You know what I mean? So when you watch White Chicks, is that movie White Chicks?
Yeah.
When you watch it again, bro.
Especially when the Waynes.
With your sons, you know what I mean? When you sit down there, I know you just sons like this. Yeah, but it's like...
I should have been our tune today. And no, we're never doing that. But no, man, but time, we were completely like yammed out the time, man.
Yeah, man, these things are...
It goes quick, but you know what? I said I'd agree, and fair play to... Terry Crews for being open, being honest, and sharing his experience. And you know what? If I can say anything, to anyone out there who might be going through stuff, is get into a men's group. If you can, get some accountability, get some good people around you. Like my mum used to say, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. You know what I mean? And so I realized some people don't have that kind of men group and fellowship to be around. And so actually, it's available in churches, and if you're from, I'm not going to put a different face, but some churches have got it, some social groups have got it, and it's just building upon that, man.
Brilliant. That's cool, bro. Yeah, bro. I just say, like I said, guys, I'll do my research this week for the next show. See, like I've got the YouTube time, find out all the gossip on YouTube. I think I'm the guy who finds the gossip. But no, definitely, bro. I really appreciate just these angles of I would say definitely a non-traditional conversations that we have in the kingdom about relationships, and I think when the world is having their say on things, you know what I mean, I think that we need to also have our say in things, you know, as
100%.
God-fearing people, man. So,
and you know what, I mean, this might start another debate, but I don't want people to look at relationships in church and think I need to get a husband or wife in the church who's married because it's always going to be perfect. statistically, some people in the church without marriages are worse and harder. But it's facts, man, and stats are there, man. But I think that's because we come from a different moral compass, and I think there's a lack of education and training when it comes to marriages. I've said it the whole time I've been on podcasts and radio. There's not enough date nights. There's not enough support for couples, and there's not enough education. And I think at the same time, no, couples are two people coming together. So sometimes you have to look after yourself as well to be strong for that other person. But at the same time, you have to have, you know, that whole village raising a child mentality of checking on your brothers. You know what I mean? Like if you got a friend in a relationship, just check and make sure they're cool, and support from that way.
But we're very lying in a line from the cats, you know what I mean? We're very lying like when we do these things. Men are very isolated in a black Christendom, you know, where I find outside the church there are more gangs, you know what I mean? In church we're very isolated, you know what I'm saying? And we, you know, we're the male of the pack, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And these are our girls, you know what I mean? Or these are our little zone, and everybody's on the you know, so we don't really have too many times that we have lying them that we trust, and we go around like, you know, lovable, you know what I mean? Like four big strong lines. If you watch enough animal programs, you know that lions are have all the soft girls around them, and you know what I mean, and them by themselves, and that's their girls, you know what I'm saying? And I think that, you know, maybe that's our biggest problem, man. We just like lions are just by ourselves, you know what I mean? And they always say two, you know, the big phrase that we heard growing up is you can't have two bulls in a pen. And the problem is, you know, you got one bull, you know what I'm saying? He's got no brother to talk to when he's going through his things, you know what I mean? So the bull dead off early because he just doesn't know through life experience.
Yeah, mash up everything.
Yeah,
man doesn't know how to deal with it. But that's for another show. If you've enjoyed, then please subscribe. And if you're loving what you're hearing, please push the encouragement. Keep that conversation flowing. Push up the sponsorship from the drink that I keep mentioning. Not mentioning no name since you're not giving us nothing. But yeah, man, it's been amazing. And we've got so much more to bring. I'm looking forward to the more conversation and even debates that we're going to be looking forward in shows to come. But yeah, guys, it's been amazing, and we hope you have a great rest of your day. So from S to you, peace.
Blessings.
Hi, and thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, you like, and you comment, and make sure that you're sharing the videos and watching so much more. We have loads of content for you. I hope you enjoy. See you soon.